Hola mi gente, bienvenidos a Joker PR Gaming. Estamos de vuelta con más gameplay de The Outer World. Tengo entendido que esto viene siendo la misión final, no estoy seguro, pero tengo entendido que sí. Nada, vamos a ver cómo continúa esto. Yo decidí seguir con Phineas. Traemos en la nave hacia acá. No confío en aquella. No recuerdo, ¿verdad? Que, que yo había elegido de la primera vez. No recuerdo si lo había traicionado. Para mí que yo lo había traicionado a él. Que yo recuerde, pero anyway. Ahora voy a saber si sí o si no. Nos quedamos para ir a la nave porque lo estaban atacando a él en su laboratorio. Lo traímos a la nave. Ok, vamos a verificar si se ve desde aquí afuera. Traemos Hope, que Hope viene siendo, ¿verdad? La nave donde básicamente yo estaba. Ok, mírala allá abajo. Ok, ese es Hope, que es básicamente como la otra nave que viajábamos mucho a buscar trabajo, a hacer cositas. Algo así. Básicamente, pues, sí, mira, es para Hope. Aquí me voy a llevar a muchacho yo. Ya, pues, bate. Allá. A ver algo que pasa. ¿Para qué? Entonces, Phineas. Ah, no, era el laboratorio, por eso. ¿Y por qué me envió para acá? ¿Por qué yo vine para acá? Era para acá, yo era para el laboratorio. Yo pensé que ya estaban ahí. Estaban ahí.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain.
Y mira la nave. Ahí se ve más grande. Vamos a verla de otra vez.
Shall I congratulate myself?
Eso pasa, eso
Or would
pasa.
you like to do the honors?
Ahí está Hope. Ok, vamos allá. Dame ver el quest primero. Lo que ella dijo. So, Phineas send you a transmission. Ok. Déjame ver si lo puedo ver.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Eso no es.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
Ok, ok. Tell me about the captain, no.
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of...
Pichea, esto no es lo que yo quería saber.
When I simulate myself... Do you know, as you may be...
Sorry. Brinqué todo, pero yo lo que quería saber era... A menos que sea en el... Hombre, quesito. Es que él dijo algo... Phineas, ¿sabes qué se llama? No sé. Anyway, él envió como un mensaje, pero no fue a ella. No es que sea un terminal acá o algo. Anyway, vamos a ver ya. Oh, ya recuerdo. Él dijo algo del... Que dejó un mensaje y es en el... creo que fue. Pues sí. Que es allá adentro. Convertirse en... Esto de plan... Ay, eso son minas. ¿Se activa? Ok, eso es otra cosa también. Ese es el acá. Que como él dijo algo de los pics, pensé que era eso que estaban ahí. Hay que tenerla aquí guardado en su aposento.
Making it look easy.
Classic Wear Umbra. Ok. Traje, a ver cómo se ve. De hecho, tenemos un traje que nos lo dio la muchacha que la terminaron de matar, que es este. Así. A ver cómo se ve con esta careta. Claro, pero. Este es el otro. 6-3 o 4, no recuerdo cuál era la mía. Yo le tenía este. Me confunde, pero veo que esto está en 5-4, 6-3. Vale. Con este casco. Lo que tenía era este. Ahí. Si acaso. Está aquí. Y un rifle plasma de este señor. Nice. Vamos a cambiarlo por este. Está más fuerte. Mira, vamos a cambiarlo. Está bien, vamos a cambiarlo por aquel. Vamos a probar. ¿Cómo se ve? Igual. La nave. ¿Qué sucede? Tartarus, ¿ves?
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Okay.
Well, folks, I ain't exactly keen on busting into a prison, but riddling bored stooges with bullets does sound like a ride and a half.
Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth, but that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous.
Tenemos que sacarlo de la prisión. We can abandon Phineas. We have to free him if we any hope of saving the colony. Lo que
I am
necesitamos hacer.
programmed to warn you
Esto yo no lo
whenever you
hice.
exhibit inclinations toward risky
recuerdo.
behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Okay.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out.
Este bien agresivo
We don't need
siempre.
a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
We go eventually, but anyway, vamos para
If we
allá.
don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Okay, vamos a grabar aquí por si acaso. Y vamos allá. Vamos a hacerlo. Esta es mi habitación, ¿verdad? Sí. Oh, a ver si puedo mejorar. No, pero no lo podemos. Por si acaso. A ver si la puedo poner otra cosa. No, no la puedo modificar. Te voy a grabar allí. Ahora sí se abrió este, pensé que no. Pues para mí que este debe ser uno de los DLC y el otro DLC. No me acordaba. Dice aquí, you're about to assault the labyrinth Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Say made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloaded content, que son los DLC, such as a parody on Gorgon and Murder on Iradons, o como se pronuncia, will be unavailable for any save made beyond this point. Ok, como quiera, ya le di un save. So, por ejemplo, por si acaso, vamos a grabarlo otro aquí. So, el save que voy a elegir para los DLC va a ser este. Y este por un si acaso. So, espero que salga ese save, sí. Así que vamos allá. Porque quiero acabarlo. Realmente quiero acabarlo primero. Antes de pasar los DLC. So, déjame ver algo aquí. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now before you cross the point of no return. Y vamos a hacerlo y después hago el save. Ok, vamos a hacerlo 2 veces también por si acaso. Pero donde estaban en las mesas, básicamente lo vamos a elegir ahí.
Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
So, know anything about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Me lo promete que no te vas a
I give
ir.
the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Hello, we take the stake.
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
No puedo persuadirlo. Hubiera sido eso, pero...
We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders on sight. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
Bueno, vamos allá. Los puedo llevar a todos eso. Me voy a llevar Parvati y a este. Tartarus, la prisión. Si no me acuerdo de esto. Ok, veo que aquí tenemos el ID, so intentaré el de... No.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not
Ok, estos son
wrong.
otra gente.
Push on, my dad.
Perfecto. Vinieron gente a ayudarnos. metida por aquí. Yo estoy pasando trabajo para nada porque ya acabo aquí. Tengo que hacer un 6 para atrás.
For bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates.
I've got to admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
Pero sí, yo no me acuerdo de esto. A tiempo ya. Bueno, cuando sale el juego así.
We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
No estamos de esto porque no... tenemos el aire. Que sigue. Demasiado. Voy a tener que checar si encuentro uno. Eso es mucho. Así en esa zona que yo veo. No vi ninguno.
The captain did right by us. The board will never own groundbreaking. Not while I'm here. Push on, Margot.
Groundbreaker doesn't need trash like you.
And we're stalking. And we're stalking. What?
Si de acaso le encontré aquí uno. Voy a checar en este edificio de acá. Que veo no hay aquí. Dame las balas. Déjame grabar aquí. Escalera ahí. Grabar aquí por si acaso. el ID. Pero sí, quería entrar sigiloso, pero... A mí debe haber algo por aquí. No tenéis que pelear bastante. Esto a ver. Tenéis que... Puedo abrir... Batallar bastante. Pero like we should.
Used as a prison head for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates.
I've got to admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Lo que voy a tener que hacer. Sí. Justo esa. Bien. Si acaso yo voy a seguir grabando más por la esquina que yo vea que... Me viene esto. A la vuelta. Se da la vuelta más. Un montón. Se fueron. Uf. Puedo venderles que unas cosas. Cuadro.
Incoming!
De la que tengo aquí. No puedo hackear para
Watch out!
Pensé que me aparecía de esas tarjetitas. Más seguro, a lo mejor estaba en un área y yo no la pude coger. Ahora aquí por si acaso. Que veo cómo salen tantas de esto. ¿Quiere?
Take me.
Va a salir.
I thought the chasm outside Stellar Bay was deep. This?
Yo, por ti.
This makes me nauseous.
Está por allí.
Get in there, troops. For Monarch. For Halcyon.
Vienen para acá.
Take him down.
Y por allá.
Here they come.
Por allá ya llego.
Incoming!
Llévame las escaleras estas, a ver. Por aquí, por aquí. Dame estas cosas, weón. Pasillo que no podía llegarle, pero suerte que no la había podido abrir.
Here they come!
De la vida. Abran con él. Ahí está. Voy a subirle esto de nivel. Pero aquí por si acaso. Estaba lleno, me trató de coger cosas. Ahora sí me llené. Pruébala esa. Cuatro. El otro piso. Vamos bajando poco a poco. Pero bajando y subiendo. Subiendo.
Nice. Calm before the storm and all that.
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you all.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
Doom, Phineas and I are saving the colony. I just rooting out corruption one idiot at a time.
Idiot! I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Oh, now there's no call for hostility. Grab one. Nice work. Okay, Charmaine, just tell me. Vamos a decirle este.
No call for... You... you unbelievable bastard. Sophia should be the one wasting her time with you, but you killed her. I'll have you hanged, quartered, bankrupted. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
I'm not waiting for anything. This colony needs saving right now. Okay, a felony. I made terrible mistake. Okay.
Is that what you think you're doing? This path of wanton societal disruption? You call that being a savior? I call it sabotage. You know what saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
Sure, we can talk about this, Rockwell. Work something out.
Absolutely not. Akande was always the sociable one, not me. Need I repeat the magic 2 words?
Fine, I'll be there with you. Vaya. Hazlo. Y por allá te la paso, te la presto. Mira del otro. Que ve robo ahí. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Make your way through the... Ok. Tengo que pelear con él. Aquí porque se supone que yo puedo pasar para allá. Por aquí. Ah. Pero ahora aquí por si acaso. Lo podía... Voy a probar la de fuego a ver aquí. Bueno, la puedo subir a esto. Sirve eso. Vamos a probar o la de fuego. Probar esta vez. Esta es mucho damage, pero... Yo las puedo vivir, ¿no? Se ve. Mira eso. Tacho. Ya la madre como me mató ahí. Ya le faltaba poco. Bueno, cuando lo elimine, pongo el video. Finally. Ahora sí. A grabar aquí por si acaso. Nunca sabe. Va a salir un robot si no saliera un estado.
Seems it's up to me to be Halcyon after all.
That's the last of them.
Get me out of here!
Ahí está.
You made it. I can hardly believe my eyes. You didn't have to do this, you know. Risk your life just to save mine.
Securing the vulnerable. Sorry. That's it.
No, I expect they didn't. You're a force of nature, aren't you? You've left the board in tatters, but Halcyon is still on the verge of starvation. I just hope we're not too late. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I like the sound of the. Oh, great. About pop open, something to celebrate. Select.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. Earth isn't going to help us. No one's going to help us now. We're alone out here, and I don't know if we're going to survive.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. Especially anyway.
I had hoped your fellow colonists might hold the key to saving Halcyon, but I don't have nearly enough chemicals to revive them all. I'll do what I can. I just hope it's not too late. It's time I return to my lab. I'll try to save as many of the Hope's colonists as I can. You're under no obligation to help me. You've done enough already.
Okay, so somebody has to run this colony, and the only person left. So you don't have to ask. I help you.
Thank you. I'm going to need all the help I can get. I know I've asked too much of you already. I revived you into a strange and unfamiliar colony. I put your life at risk. I made you an accomplice to my own ends. We were going to save this colony, you know. That's what I told myself when I pulled you from the Hope. You and I were going to set everything right. Now, I don't know what to think. Earth is gone, and we're going to need a miracle to survive another generation. I always suspected Halcyon might collapse one day. I just thought we would have more time.
Yo creo que la primera vez que yo lo pasé, a mí como que yo de esto como por loco.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan.
Pero no recuerdo haber
But the
hecho esta
stranger
misión.
that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable.
Imagino que sí, pero a
From the
tiempo ya que
moment he
no.
landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the iconoclasts spread like wildfire, and Graham was able to bring many of the smaller Terra-2 townships into the fold. However, his zealous obsession with spreading the word blinded him to the needs of a growing organization, and the movement was unsustainable at scale. The iconoclast way seemed to work best, and ultimately petered out on Monarch. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective. She understood she could never truly rely on others, so she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the Unreliable supply closet to this day. Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He was never able to come to terms with his own past, troubled by the decision of placing all his faith in the first colonist he ever revived, the infamous captain of the Unreliable. The revival project yielded mixed results. Phineas, weighed down by limited support and his own guilt, struggled to revive more than a handful of scientists and engineers. They made a heroic effort to solve the colony's problems, but with small numbers and facing long odds, their solutions never caught on. Only a few of the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Wells died before he could see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a haunted man, crushed by the guilt of his failures. Small, petty factions squabble over what remains of the colony. Every attempt to reach out to Halcyon's neighbors is met with silence. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Por supuesto, ahí estamos. Culminamos con él, así que ahora faltan los DLC. Porque esta gente siempre son súper graciosos con cualquier cosa. Si lo quito. Ah, ok. Pensé que iban a hacer un joke o algo. O sea, nada. Ya en el próximo video lo que vamos a hacer es en el loading. Sí, parece, yo espero que sí. Yo grabé 2 veces. Pues aquí, aquí y ahí. Point of no return. Sí. Pero en estos dos. Puedo elegir cualquiera de los dos, que puedo elegir este. Y hacer los DLC, así que pendiente, porque vamos a empezar con el Perry on Gorgon, que es el primer DLC como tal. Lo estoy jugando en el orden de lanzamiento. Llegó un paquete y nada, básicamente tenemos que verificar ese paquete. Y luego lo del Murder on Eridanos, ese es el otro planeta. Este sí me llamó la atención. Hubo una misión en específico que tuve que darle para atrás al save, porque pues vimos como una especie de episodio. Y yo dije, no, pues tengo que dejar esto para el video. Así que eso lo vamos a estar viendo en ese video. Asumo yo que son larguitos o posiblemente los divida en parte. Pendiente aquí el canal, porque los próximos días pues seguiré subiéndole el primer DLC, luego que culminemos con el segundo DLC, ¿verdad? Y así seguimos, cuando culminemos con él, ¿verdad? Hago un video de análisis, lo subo y al siguiente día pues empezaré a subir los videos de The Outer Worlds 2. Así que nada, mi gente, pendiente aquí el canal, búsquenme en las redes sociales como JOUKER PR GAMING para que estés al tanto de todas las novedades. Nada, mi gente, gracias a todos y nos vemos hasta la próxima.